So let's deal with our speaking skills. So please together with me, open your books at page 109. Okay, so asking for and giving advice. Okay, so complete the mind map. This is a mind map. As many sports as you can think of. Here are the sports, here is the mind map. Here we have individual sports, we also have team sports, water sports, sorry about that, and air sports. Okay, so what kind of individual sports you can think of? You have them here, okay, in order not to lose time. All these one are individual one. Water, of course, everything that has to do, every sport that has to do with water, such as water polo, swimming, diving, canoeing, snorkeling, and surfing. What about team sports? Basketball, cricket, I can think of rugby because I know that it is a team sport. Water polo, it is a team sport. Football, of course, it is a team sport. And baseball, it is a team sport. What about air? Everything that has to do with air, such as hang gliding, paragliding, kite surfing, and skydiving. Let's have a help here. Okay, so here are the sports in order to see which one are the individuals, such as weightlifting, kayaking. Okay, we can see here hang gliding, that it is an air sport, paragliding an air sport. Okay, also surfing, diving, canoeing, snorkeling, kite surfing, it is an air and water too, why not? Okay, baseball, it is a group sport, rugby, basketball, and so on. Okay, so complete the dialogue with the correct words. Okay, you have to guess here the correct words. Okay, you have to guess them. They are too easy. It is a simple dialogue. It is a dialogue between Mark and Steve. They are two friends. They are discussing, simple discussion. Okay, have it into your mind. Stop the recording, complete the words. For example, hi Steve, don't you usually go to the gym on Saturday mornings? Because we know that before days we put on. I used to, but I can't afford it right now. I don't know what to do to keep fit. Do you have any ideas? Well, have you thought of or about exercising at home? Both correct. You wouldn't have to spend much money, any money. Plus, you will save a lot of time by not having to travel to and from the gym. I'm not sure that's such a good idea. When you exercise at home, you don't get a chance to use a variety of equipment. Plus, you're more what? Likely, okay, to get an injury when you exercise without a trainer. I agree that there are disadvantages, but you don't need any equipment to do aerobics or yoga. Why don't you buy a book about how to exercise safely by yourself? I suppose you're right. Thanks for the advice. Too easy to be done. Okay, let's have a listening of the dialogue.
Hi, Steve. Don't you usually go to the gym on Saturday mornings?
I used to, but I can't afford it right now. I don't know what to do to keep fit. Do you have any ideas?
Well, have you thought of exercising at home? You wouldn't have to spend any money. Plus, you'd save a lot of time by not having to travel to and from the gym.
I'm not sure that's such a good idea. When you exercise at home, you don't get a chance to use a variety of equipment. Plus, you're more likely to get an injury when you exercise without a trainer.
I agree that there are disadvantages, but you don't need any equipment to do aerobics or yoga. Why don't you buy a book about how to exercise safely by yourself?
I suppose you're right. Thanks for the advice.
Okay. So this dialogue, it is formal or informal? I would say informal. If I give reasons, I will say that it is an everyday language. It is an everyday dialogue between Mark and Steve, that they are two friends. We have short forms, simple sentences, everyday sentences. Okay, so short verb forms don't you Okay, everyday language, thanks for the advice. Do you have any ideas? I used to, and so on. Okay, so find the pause fillers in the, I'm sorry, did we? Okay, yes, find the pause fillers in the dialogue. Pause fillers such as we could say this one. Okay, so well, even this one, to do aerobics or yoga. Okay, so take roles and read the dialogue aloud with your partner. You don't have a partner, I'm not there in order to listen to you, but you can practice at home. You can just go back, listen to it again, okay, listen to it again, and then you can read it as many times as you can in order to perfect it. Why not? Okay, so what pros and cons about exercising at home do the speakers mention? Do you remember any? Keep fit. Okay, so
The speakers mentioned the pros of not having to spend any money or waste time traveling, as well as not needing any equipment for aerobics or yoga when exercising at home. They also mentioned the cons of the lack of equipment and the chances of getting an injury without a trainer when exercising at home.
okay, all from this dialogue, you can see them and you can read them. Okay, so find phrases that ask for advice. Ask for advice. Which of these phrases ask for advice? Can you find it? Can you find it? For example, I will say that, do you have any ideas? It asks for advice. It is with blue. Okay, do you have any ideas? Or to give advice. Give advice. I'm sorry, have you thought? Where is it? Okay, so have you thought of? I was searching for it. Okay, or why don't you? I'm sorry about that. Okay, so have you thought of? Why don't you? Okay, and respond to advice. I'm not sure that's such a good idea. I suppose you're right. Okay, so these are the expressions that we can use, or the question that we can use in order to ask for advice, these to give advice, and these responding to advice. Okay, so let's proceed with exercise 4. Replace them with phrases from the language box. Too easy, we have done many of them into the classroom. So do you have any ideas? We can say, what do you think, or should I do? What would you do if you were me? Etc. Give advice. Have you thought of? To give advice. Why don't you? How about? Give advice. Why don't you? It might be a good idea too. Respond to advice. I'm not sure that's such a good idea. For example, do you really think that would work? I suppose you're right. Great idea. Okay? Too easy. If we go to our text, you can see them here. Okay? So let's proceed with exercise 5. It is a homework. So your friend wants to lose some weight and ask you for advice. You think she should join a gym. Act out a similar dialogue to the one in the show text. Use the phrases in the box below and the ideas to the right. Okay, so this is your model. I'm sorry, this is your model. As this model, I'm asking you to make another one with this topic. Okay, exercising in a gym. These are the benefits. These are the drawbacks. Okay, I want you to do it an audio. Okay, I want you to write it and then to read it and to let's say to make an audio of your voice when you are reading the dialogue. Okay, and of course sending it to me as homework. Making decision. Read the situation, in pairs discuss. Not in pair, but alone. So your friend Anna, who has moved to a village by a lake, wants to take up a sport. In pairs, discuss the sports below, then decide which will be best for Anna. Also an audio for you. I want you to think of it, and I want you to register your voice and send a second audio for me. One audio will be this one, and the second audio will be number 6. Okay? Except from this, your homework will include also page 83 workbook, speaking skills. Exercise 1, where you have to fill the text. Exercise 2, again fill the dialogue. Exercise 3, choose the correct response. Thank you. I hope that you will be well in health. Till next time, goodbye.